Well, we are out nice and early. We've got the big man Max get off the grass. I'd get killed if he was on the grass. But the first thing I like to do when I get out in the morning is I like to take Max out for a walk. We'll go out for a walk for about 30 to 40 minutes and then we'll have other stuff to do. This is what I've got to deal with every morning. In today's video, I am going to go for a challenge. So today for me is a rest day. So I thought I'd give this challenge a go, and it's going to be 0 carbs for the entire day, or zero. I think I've worked it out. It's like 2 grams of carbs for the whole day. It's going to be a very interesting one. I'm going to run through some of the rules of the challenges and what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to show you through some of the things I do in the morning as well, that I do every morning. Someone's house alarm is going off at the minute, but we'll get to it. Just look how peaceful it is at this time in the morning. Here he comes. If you can get out for a walk as soon as you wake up, especially in these summer months, June, July, when it is light, when you are waking up, then I would highly recommend it. We were out in the depths of winter. Me and Max did the hard yards. We clocked in during winter when it was icy and we were out here. Not fun, but now it's really nice weather. It's such a good time to come out for a walk, especially when it's going to be probably very warm today. Being able to go for a walk while it's still pretty cool. It sounds like we're in Portugal. We're actually in Northern Ireland, so it's rare, but hopefully nice and sunny today. I recommend waking up a little bit earlier, even like 20-30 minutes, just to go out, get your body moving. You'll feel 10 times better and it will set you up for the day. Right, we're gonna see if this works. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, I don't know where he's got that from. Alright guys, we're gonna have to be quiet here because it is about 5:30, so we've got to make sure to wake up everyone else in the house. I guarantee that the alarm that went off probably woke up everyone else, but what we do next thing is we get hydrated and we get our electrolytes in the bag. Now I try and do something absolutely mental every single time I do this. I do try and get 1.5 litres before I've even done anything in the day. Before I have coffee, before I have anything, any sort of caffeine, any sort of, I get my electrolytes after I have this and my creatine. The reason why is because I sometimes forget to drink water throughout the day, and it's something that I get my clients to do as well. They're struggling to drink water. I get them to get up and drink like 500 a litre of water. It gives them a kickstart, and I guarantee it'll make you feel 10 times better throughout the day. And so I'll have this. I'll also get my coffee ready as we are doing 0 carb. I'm gonna have to really rely on getting the caffeine and making sure it sticks. I don't think this is gonna be too hard, but I'm gonna run you through some of the rules. So basically, no direct kind of carb sources. I've worked it out, and it's like 2 grams of carbs, but the 2 grams of carbs are from the chicken that I'm gonna have, so I'm not counting that. So what it's gonna be is gonna be completely no carbs, no direct carbs. Luckily, I am on a rest day, so I'm not in the gym, so that's very, very good. Otherwise, this would be a different story. If I do it again, then I'll try and do it on a training day, but I wanted to do it on a rest day because I don't want to completely tank a gym session for no apparent reason, just for a video. I'm not that committed to the cause just yet. So yes, I'll run you through the meals that I've got planned. I'll be real, it is diabolical what I've got planned, and the amount of protein that I'm going to go through today is an absolute joke. But I think I'm going to be very, very full because of the amount of proteins and fats I'm eating. And I'm going to show you kind of and document how I feel on being on 0 calories as well, and just kind of see if carbs are actually the reason why we're obviously the main source of energy. They are the main source of energy for the body, but do you need to rely on carbs, or can you use fats as a fuel source? It's going to be interesting, but I'll get to you when we are actually eating our first meal, which I do not eat my first meal for the first few hours of the day. So I'll get up around 5, so I don't think I'm going to be eating my first meal until about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I'll run you through what we're going to be having. Right, so we're going to be kicking off this diabolical day of eating 0 grams of carbs with breakfast. It's currently about 7:15 and we're going for meal 1. And I'm not going to lie, I planned this out and this is going to be absolutely diabolical. So we are going for 7 eggs, 7, mate. See the amount of chickens that I'm gonna have to go through today just to get through this. I've got plans of eating a lot of eggs, and I'm gonna pair that with some salmon. So we've got healthy fats, and we've also got a lot of protein as well. So I think we're hitting around 60 grams of protein for that meal alone. And I've calculated the amount of protein I'm gonna be eating across the day, and it's absolutely diabolical, but we're here for it, we're here for it. 0 grams of carbs going in. This meal should actually be all right. I think later in the day, it's gonna be where I have a few issues with certain things. Even though I do eat sort of low carb on rest day, I've never done completely 0 carbs. So that's gonna be very, very interesting. But we're gonna make this meal, and I'm gonna talk to you when we have it actually made. That is absolutely diabolical. 7 eggs, mate. 7 eggs, and that's just the beginning. We're getting worse later on in the video. We're gonna be getting a lot worse later on in the video. Right, and so what we're gonna do, we're gonna scramble them. So I probably should have done the salmon first. Oh well. What we're gonna do is we're gonna scramble them, but to do that, we're gonna add a little bit of milk in there to get fluffiness in the scrambled eggs, because I am not frying 7 eggs on a pan. That's too much effort for me. And the trick is, to the point where they're really fluffy and they just get past the point, is to put it in the microwave for 1 minute and then take it out and then mix it around. Mate, trust the process, trust the process. This is actually gonna take me about a week to eat this. I should have a little bit. I am actually gonna use kefir milk. This is a lot thicker. I just find it's made a lot more volume. I don't think I need volume in the eggs today, but you know, gut health, even though I'm gonna add in about 20 milliliters of milk if it is actually gonna, that's very thick. 21, close enough. Right, I'm gonna cook this, and then I'm gonna sit down with you and talk you through the meal once it is cooked. Mate, this is absolutely diabolical. So we've got 7 eggs scrambled with the salmon and sriracha sauce on top. About 400 for the eggs calories, about 200 to about 600 calories in total, about 60 grams of protein. I think this is not gonna be too bad. This will not be too bad. It'll be later on in the day. I think I might have a, I don't know, I'll say, but we're gonna have this, and then I'm actually gonna speak to you when we're actually doing something. So after eating a meal like that, it's very normal to feel heavy, because that was a lot of food. I don't feel like that bloated because I've not had carbs. It's just pure fats and proteins, but it's very easy to go and sit down and do nothing and just kind of let the food just kind of sit there. But what you should be doing, what I've started doing recently, is going out, even if it's for 5-10 minutes after a walk, just kind of getting your body kick started and just telling it that it needs to stop burning the calories and start actually digesting the calories that you've eaten. And you'll probably feel 10 times better for it as well. It just starts to aid of that digestion and get your body, just tells you, give your body the signals that, right, there's food there, time to be digesting it, and time to actually use that obviously potential energy and turn it into actual energy that can be used as well. And that alarm is still going off, and it's been like 3 hours. It's been 3 hours, so obviously that person is away. I'm trying to figure out which house it actually is. It's definitely down there. But yes, I'll go out 5-10 minutes after every single walk. I would highly recommend doing that. It has been about 3 hours since the first meal. To be honest, I'm not feeling too bad. I've been doing work for the past couple of hours, and now I am on a black coffee, which probably doesn't sound too great in terms of the energy levels, but I've got another meal in an hour or so, and I'm gonna run you through that. I already know how bad this meal is gonna be, and I'm gonna look at it, give you a kind of sneak peek. There's 100 grams of protein in this next meal. I think there's more actually. It's like 106 grams of protein in this next meal. It's gonna be absolutely diabolical, but we're gonna get it done anyway. So I'll see you when we're actually making it. We are back for meal numero dos. And you're probably looking at things, you're not having eggs again. I am having eggs again. Spoiler. I'm taking the egg count to a whole new level. So basically about 4 hours post first meal, I'm still feeling all right. I don't feel too hungry. I don't feel too different. I usually, on my rest days anyway, I will do lower carb breakfasts anyway. So I usually feel fine going into lunch anyway. And this is where I would usually have my highest carb meal of the day with my lunch, just to push me through to the rest of the day. And I say highest carb, it's about 30 or 40 grams of carbs through fruit. I usually have a Greek yogurt ball on a rest day. At this time, I'm staying away. I'm committing to the cause here. So obviously Greek yogurt, main source is protein. With the yogurt that I actually buy, it's got like 20 grams of carbs in it, so I'm staying true to the game, and I'm only allowing chicken's the only thing that's got 2 grams of carbs in it, and that's per like 300 grams of the chicken. 2 grams of carbs, surely you let me off. That's not gonna make too much of a difference to me. So I am staying true to the challenge. At the minute, I'm not feeling too bad. I am gonna go out and do something later on, whether it's, I might go to the driving range and hit a few golf balls. I'm gonna bring you guys along for the ride. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. But hopefully this meal will push me through to my dinner. I'm having it about 5, and it's, spoiler alert, it's not gonna be eggs, because in this meal, I'm having 300 grams of beef. I'm praying there's 300 grams of beef left here. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to eat more eggs or more chicken. I'll start throwing more chicken in. Then we're going for 7 eggs. 7 eggs again. Yeah, taking the count up to 14 for the day. Tomorrow I'm having 4 eggs, and that's it for my breakfast. I cannot wait to get it to tomorrow and eat, because I'm gonna be training tomorrow. So I'm gonna fill up carbs and have over 300 grams of carbs. And my body is gonna like that, I think. So it's amazing. So this is gonna be, we're gonna cook that. The way I actually do it is, I wouldn't say it's the most optimal way of doing it, and there's no right or wrong way of cooking any sort of food. This is the way I just do it, because I just find it easier for myself. I will cook that on the pan. I'll put that in the pan for 8 to 10 minutes, probably a bit less than that. And what a lot of people are doing, and if I was able to do this, this would be amazing, and it would make my life so much easier, but my brain just can't compute it, and with the timings and stuff, which is so bad, is I will throw these eggs like I did this morning, and I'll scramble them and just throw them in the microwave and scramble them that way, and then just mash them all together. So what it looks like is just a big bowl of scrambled eggs, beef mince, and I'm actually going to show you the bowl. It looks absolutely ridiculous, and then I'll throw some sriracha sauce on it. Sriracha sauce is a theme of the day. I do like to put sriracha sauce on a lot of it. Mainly low calorie. It is low calorie. I've got a low calorie kind of sauce, and it just hot things. There's not a lot of flavor, let me tell you that, in that. It adds a little bit of flavor to it, and it gives it a bit of a kick, which is what we want. And I'm currently looking at flipping bananas and dates over there, and I'm thinking, yeah, I want some of them. Anyway, we're on 0 carbs. I don't usually think about carbs, but now I'm doing this challenge, I'm just constantly thinking about them and what I'm gonna be having. I'm dreaming about the sourdough on toast that I'm gonna have tomorrow. That's just nuts. So we are gonna get making this. I'm praying there's gonna be 300 grams here. This meal could absolutely end me. We have gone full carnivore mode here. We've got 300 grams of beef mince and 7 eggs. I guarantee this meal is gonna, I know I'm gonna like the meal. I know I'm gonna like the meal, but it's gonna be very, very heavy. So I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna do something this afternoon, not just sit at a laptop, even go somewhere and do something with work, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to sit in the house without this amount of volume in there. It is an absolute joke. Hunger is still not too bad. We'll see how we are in a couple of hours, but yeah, I'm gonna eat this, and then I'll see you when we actually are going out and doing something. I can't lie here. This could be where things go a little bit downhill. I'm not feeling the best at all. And I don't know if it's to do with the lack of carbs or the 14 eggs that I have eaten today already. Probably the 14 eggs, because honestly, my stomach feels like there's a stone inside it. And I had to just take myself out for a walk, just to kind of start digesting. This is not good, man. This is not good. But I think it's only bad today because it's the first day of me doing this. If I was able to maybe do them over a longer time period, which I'm not going to do, I'm literally just going to do this for one day and that's it. But I have been eating low carb, so that does help me out a little bit. That's why I've still got energy. I'm still able to do things. If I went straight from like 300 grams of carbs down to 0, I would be struggling. I would be really, really struggling. But my body's a little bit used to it. I'm doing 70 to 80 grams of carbs a day, so it's not too bad. I think if I went with a chicken, with what my next meal is going to be, instead of the one I just had there, I would be in a better spot. But you live and you learn. I actually feel a little bit better just being by going out. It is pretty warm today as well, so that's pretty good. But I do feel a little bit better already. I was just sat up doing work on a laptop, and I was like, I was not in a great place. But yeah, driving range ain't happening. That ain't happening. I can't move about too much because there's not food on it. I've got another meal in like 2.5 hours. I might push that back. I might push that back a little bit longer because I don't know. I don't think I can digest any more protein, to be honest. My body is really struggling here. Like, I've had 170 grams of protein in 2 meals. That's disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting. 14 eggs. Yeah, I might have to go on an egg detox. Definitely not having too many eggs over the next couple of days, but we'll see you at the next meal. Oh, here we have the final meal of the day. I can't even lie, I'm not even that hungry to actually eat this. and it doesn't exactly look great. I was actually looking, I actually had to research this, which is pretty sad. Does lettuce have carbs in it? Which I should know. It's got obviously fiber in it as well, so it does. So that is a massive issue. I was gonna have a chicken salad with smoked salmon. We just have 300 grams of chicken, 100 grams of smoked salmon, but another, again, 100 grams of protein, 2 grams of actual carb in the chicken. I'm not counting it as carbs because it's not carbs, it's like 100 grams of protein right there. And yeah, I can't lie, I am not even hungry to have this. So there probably are a few benefits. Now doing the entire challenge, I've not even eaten this yet, but I think just doing the entire challenge that there are benefits to going low carb because I've genuinely felt full the entire day. It's probably because I've already had 170 grams of protein before even eating this. This takes me to like 260, so that could be a big thing. But I would 100% be on carbs if I was training. Like, this has only been done on a rest day for a reason. I'm not gonna do this on a training day because it will completely tank my performance, and carbs are genuinely essential for training performance, like fueling your performance, and they're also very, very good for your recovery as well. So I will be carbing up big time tomorrow, over 300 grams of carbs going in as I'm training. But it was a good experiment. Can't lie, I did have drops in like kind of productivity and motivation. I wasn't able to do much work this afternoon just based off I just had zero motivation to do anything, zero productivity, and it's probably due to the amount of volume of food that I was eating, to be honest. And there was not a lot of fiber, and there's not a lot of veg in there or fruit, and I work very, very well off fiber as well, and having fruit in there, which I would have usually in one of my meals throughout the day with yogurt and stuff, having the dairy. But it's definitely a good experiment. So we're going to get into the eating this, and then I'll talk to you on the post-workout walk. And we're here to wrap up the video, getting in our mandatory 12K steps. I'm going to talk you through what I kind of thought of being on lower calories, not lower calories, low carbs for the day. So honestly, you're not going to get a perfect kind of thing. I'm not going to do this for days on end or a week, because in my opinion, they'll be completely overkill, and I think there would be a lot more detriment to my performance in the gym and my energy levels than just doing it for one day. My body is kind of used to lower carb at the minute, especially on my rest days. I do eat around 70 to 80 grams of carbs, but I did find when I was doing this that I didn't feel too hungry. I didn't have much drop in energy levels. I had more problems with my digestion, 100%. Mainly probably down to not having any fiber, really, which is probably down to me not putting the fiber in there through other sources, but I get most of my fiber through the likes of fruit and veg, which is what you do not get when you're on like kind of zero carbs. Probably could have added in maybe a few more for fiber to help my digestion, and probably the 14 eggs definitely wasn't good for me. That really affected me, and I can't lie, I'm still not hungry. It's about 6 p.m. I just had my final meal. I don't think I'm going to be hungry till about 9 a.m. the next day, which is obviously one of the positives, that when you do eat carbs, your body, they're a lot easier to eat and they don't fill you as much. Fats and proteins are going to. So that's one of the lessons that I have learned recently, is being able to use fats and use proteins as a fuel source as opposed to just solely reliant on carbs. Because don't get me wrong, there is a massive reason why I did this on a rest day and not a training day, because carbs are absolutely essential for performance and recovery as well. So that is the main reason why I did that. I can see why adding in a little bit of carbs does help, and I can see why taking away carbs, especially on the likes of a rest day, would 100% be a good thing to do, 100%. So that's definitely something I am going to add in the future, that I don't need as many carbs on my rest day and just fire them more into my training day and get my body more metabolically flexible and to a point where it's using fats as a fuel source on rest days, and the only carbs I'm getting in are really just for fiber purposes and getting in my fruit and veg. Like, I usually have a yogurt bowl with a load of fruit in it, and I would always have, last meal that I had chicken and salmon. I would actually have that in lettuce, and I'd have broccoli with my beef mince and stuff like that. So I'd be getting in my fiber in that way. So that's what I would recommend, and that is where I am going to wrap up the video. I did really enjoy that, even though there was times where I was like, is this really worth it? It was. And if there's any other fitness challenges you want me to do, stick them in the comments or just send me a DM. I want to go into the extreme healthy ones. That's what I kind of want to do. I don't want to just copy other people and do 10,000 calorie challenge, 20,000, because I could do that no sweat. I don't have an issue with that. That wouldn't even be a challenge for me. So what I want to do is do some like extreme health challenges. I'm thinking maybe, I'm debating next one, trying to hit 300 grams of protein in one day, not through doing 14 eggs, by the way. That's going to be off the table, but getting in 300 grams of protein in a day, that could be one. If you've got any suggestions, stick them below. And also, if you did like this video, please drop it a like and please subscribe, because I'm going to be posting a lot more often and I'm going to be doing a lot more videos over the next couple of months, so look out for that. But yes, See you guys in the next one.